Alright, Shalom Makims. It's your brother, BARAK. I'm back out here with another one. Through the Spirit and Power of Yahawashi. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory be unto the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahawah. Okay? Double honors to those in apostles of their great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth, and a sincere salutation be unto the brethren pushing this word through truth and sincerity, risking their life and freedom to do so. Alright, the brother BARAK, come back out here. Another one through the Spirit and Power of Yahawashi. Okay? And I thought I'd just do this video, man. Another in transit. Alright. Was meditating on it today at the plantation. And through the Spirit, man. I was kind of meditating on Isaiah chapter 4 and 1. Okay? Kind of because, the way society is, implemented and whatnot. Alright? But, a lot of brothers, man. Not even just brothers, man. A lot of men in this world, man. This might be a funny one, but a lot of brothers, man. They're going through it with these women, man. All right, and a lot of problems are due to, the fact that Esau has this place in a matriarch. You know what I'm saying? All right, we know he rules behind the scenes, but he's trying to set these women up over the men, which he successfully has done. All right, but all in all, man. Isaiah 4:1 is going to be the process of, not just, you having multiple women, but, us displaying that value, man, that we have, okay? And what do I mean by that is that we're going to be on full display, all right? Now, this, Isaiah 4:1 is going to come with a certain mentality. It's going to come with a certain spirit you're going to have to carry yourself in if the Lord, gives you that, the Lord gives you that, not will, but gives you the power to do so, okay? Which He is going to give us the power to do so, man, because we're slowly going back to our glory, okay? Where these women are going to start to see men's value, all right? You see how, the world is essentially showing men in general, all right? Men aren't as masculine as they used to be. Obviously these men have been raised by single mothers, all right? But it's not only that, man. In general, even the men that are masculine in this place, man, they're at a disadvantage, man. Okay? Because not only do you have to go against these goddamn women, but you got to go against these goddamn men. Okay? And even hearing the truth, man, not even just dealing with women, you got to deal with the women and you got to deal with these goddamn men. 2/3 of our people. And then you got to deal with the heathens and all that shit too. Okay? But the Lord gave us that natural... the Lord gave us the natural, the natural way of a man, which is to seek a woman. Okay, a lot of men can't even get wives no more. Okay, not because there's no women, but the women don't qualify because they're not on the same page or the same program as a man. These women are not even on program with being a woman in general. And this is the shit I was meditating on, man, because we're gonna go back to that, man. Okay. All right, and it's gonna go back into the men's favor in the aspect of what, okay? You're gonna be able to pick. You're gonna be able to pick the woman that you deal with, man. Okay? In that time, man, if you desire to have two wives, okay? Yes, that's lawful. If you desire to have 2, 3, 4, okay? And the Spirit has it so, you're gonna have 2, 3, 4 wives, man. Ain't no woman gonna be able to tell you nothing about it. And it's not even the aspect of, you just want to have intercourse with all these women. No. It's going to come from the aspect of a rulership mindset. Okay? Because we're transitioning, Salakia, into the kingdom. In the kingdom, there ain't going to be no, I don't want you to have no other woman. I don't want you to do this and do that. A lot of these women have power over their husbands, man. Okay? And it's not supposed to be like that. But it's all good, man, because the Lord's breaking this goddamn place of spirit, man. Okay, like I was speaking yesterday when I did the sit down. Okay, all right. It says 7 women shall cleave to one man. All right, we'll get it right now. All right, 7 women shall cleave to one man. That number 7 means completion. So you could have 7, you could have 8, you could have 10, you might have 15. All right, you might have 15 women in that time. All right, guess what? All right, guess what? Right? You're gonna have the power to do so. And I actually went on this briefly in I think it was a sit down I did recently. All right. but you're gonna have the power to do so. Okay, whether you're gonna have the spiritual power or whatnot. Okay, it don't matter. You're gonna have the power to do so, man. Okay, and we're not talking about, oh, you just, you know, do whatever you want, man. We're gonna be coming in the right mindset to do these things, man. Okay, because right now these women don't see men in general as expedient. You know, they can go around, men ain't shit, men this, men that. We're getting ready to the times where, yo, that ancient spirit's gonna come back. You know, these men gonna be grabbing up women. They're gonna be physically assaulting women again. Okay, a lot of men are gonna be deleting women too, because a lot of these women are demons, right? Putting men on child support. Okay, taking them through the court system. Even after taking them through the court system, making their life a living hell, man. Yo, we're gonna be going back into those times, man. So these women are gonna be looking for men. And a lot of these women are looking for men, believe it or not. Okay, right? That I don't need a man's spirit is a cop-out. Alright? It's just a cop-out, man. Okay, these women really do want men. They really do want relationships. But, you know, there's a scarcity of men in a sense, man. Alright? Because a lot of these men, you know, you have a lot of men in prison. You have a lot of men that are sodomites. You know, you have a lot of men in general that just don't give a damn about even having one. You know, and all in all, man, it's due to the woman and Esau. You know, it's a combined partnership that they have that has worked, man, for a long time now. All right, so let's grab this, man. All right, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. Okay, we're going back to those times, man. Okay, I can't even say a lot of the things I was thinking about earlier because a lot of it passed my, you know, past the thoughts already passed, but. You know, we still gonna do the lesson, man. Alright? The woman gonna get back in order, man. Alright? The woman gonna get back in order. It ain't no problem for the Lord just to flip the switch. Alright, the lights are on now. But when the lights go off, man, alright, we're gonna see. You can't call 911, right? You can't call the emergency service, period. You can't call police, you can't call firefighters to come, you know, get your car, you know, anything needed. You can't call a mobile mechanic to change your tire. You're gonna need a man. All right. Isaiah 4 verse 1, it says. All right, it says, in that day 7 women shall take a hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. What does that mean? Okay, these women are gonna go back to their natural order. Okay, guys. All right. Right. A lot of these women, you know, dealing with, and a lot of these women gonna get replaced anyways. A lot of brothers that have women now, your wife's probably gonna get replaced, more than likely. Okay, by another woman, another 2 women, 3, whatever the Lord gives you. Okay. All right. And it might even be in that time, it's going to be in that time where we're not even going to really be thinking about women. We're going to be just thinking about surviving. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to be thinking, because in those times you got to think about it, right? We're going to be thinking about the Lord. We're going to be in the spirit, right? We're not going to be thinking about getting no damn life. All right? We're going to be thinking about what we're going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Where can I lay my head to rest and not, you know, potentially be attacked by some, you know, by a Gurga troop or something, you know, or fend yourself off from anything. Okay? Right? We're not going to be thinking about women. The woman going to be thinking about us. Okay? That's the times that we're going to get ready to come into. Right now it's reversed. You know? Society's up. You know, you have a job, you have this, you have that. You're probably thinking about, you know, I need a wife or something. Man, you ain't going to be thinking about that shit, man. In that time, you ain't going to be thinking about, I need a wife. Okay? The main thing going to be on your mind in that time is going to be Yahawah Sham Yahawashi. Okay? You're going to be thinking about surviving. You know? You're going to be thinking about, you know, the Lord might even, you know, the certain brothers have duties in that time still, man. Okay, you might be watching over families, man. You might be watching over a standard of people. Okay? You might have spiritual power. You might be healing people. You're not going to be thinking about no goddamn woman in that time, realistically, man. You know? You're not going to be thinking about no woman. And the part of the reason why I'm doing this lesson, too, is because I had a vision last night. I've had many visions where I've had multiple women when the shit hits the fan. I've had multiple women. You know? I've had 2, I've had 3. You know, some chill shit, you know, but all in all, the point still stands, man. All right, it says only let us be called by thy name. When a woman's called by your name, what does that mean? That means that she's your wife. Okay, so even in that time, it's not really gonna matter, man. In the sense of what? We're not gonna. These women are not gonna be like, oh, feed me this, that, da 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 da. No, they're gonna get their own food. You know, they're gonna get their own food. They're gonna make their own clothes. We're not gonna have to worry about that shit, man. Okay, the scriptures tell you right there. Okay, you know, the Lord might have it where you call on the heavens, right, the angels, and they bring you food, and the woman's just gonna prepare it. You bring the stuff, and she's gonna prepare it, man. And it ain't gonna be no back chat. There ain't gonna be none of that, man. Okay, right? The point of the video is to show you that we're gonna go back into those ancient times. It ain't gonna be no more all this mess where a lady comes on to you. You know what I mean? She comes on to you and what is it called? She can out talk to you. She can put hands on you. She can disrespect you. All that stuff's going out the window, man. That's the things of this place. All right? You know, we're getting ready to shift into the next phase of this thing, man. Okay? The next phase of this thing. All right? And believe it or not, we're gonna get ready to be more spiritual in a sense, because all that's thinking in our mind. Think about it, brothers. We're not gonna think about a job no more. We're not gonna be thinking about paying no bills. Everything's gonna be shut down. You know, we're gonna be in the full embodiment of the spirit, man. You know what I mean? If a woman comes, a woman comes. You know, that's essentially the spirit we're gonna be in, man. We're not gonna have to worry about getting no damn woman in that time. Okay? We're not going to be worried about getting no woman in that time, man. Okay? There's going to be a plethora of women trying to get with you. Okay? Because they're going to see you. Alright? And you're going to have a certain spirit on you. Okay? What spirit is that? The spirit of foundation. The spirit of calmness. The spirit of calmness. The spirit of calmness in the aspect of what? Right? The spirit of calmness in the aspect of what? Alright? Destruction all around you. People are going to be dying. People are going to be eating each other. People are going to be stealing, killing, you know, all of that, man. So the women are going to see you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 women. You probably going to pass by in a day. Okay? And she's avoiding danger. She sees you. Oh, you're calm. You don't look scared. You know what I mean? You don't look scared. You don't even look fazed. You're just chilling. Why? Because you got the spirit of Yahawashi, man. Okay? I'm telling you, man, through the spirit, man, we get ready to go through the next phase, man. Okay? We're getting ready to go through the next phase. Okay? Right? It told you right there. Okay? And it ain't gonna be no problem. Alright? It ain't gonna be no problem where, oh, you have another woman? The woman ain't gonna care. She's gonna care about you giving her sanctuary. You protecting her, you know. All right. The scripture literally tell you the woman gonna literally get her own bread. She gonna provide her own bread, her own food, her own clothing. You know what I mean? Right. It says, let us be called by thy name and take away our reproach. The word reproach means shame. Okay. So in that day, it's going to be a shame not to have a man. Why? Because you need protection. You need a man. Okay? You need sanctuary. You need provision. Okay? It ain't going to be like them Resident Evil movie, the Tomb Raider, where the woman throwing around men and shit. She's all brave. No, man. You see? And Esau does that. Okay, why? Why does Esau do that? Esau does that to give the woman the delusion, man. Alright? Let's lock in. Bit of traffic. I'm gonna go around. Alright? Esau does that to give these women the freaking delusion, man. Alright? Because these women are fucking delusional, man. Okay? They think they can fight men. Keep going around disrespecting men. You know what I mean? Alright? It ain't gonna be no problem in that time and you're gonna take another woman. It ain't gonna be none of that. It ain't gonna be no problem. Okay? You're gonna have a plethora of women. Not only from the fact that you're gonna want a woman, but you're going to be able to decide if you even want a woman. You're going to be able to decide if you want multiple women. You know? And that's what I was meditating on today. I'm just like, yo, man, this shit's effed up. But this place is effed up. These people effed up. The men are effed up. A lot of these men are going to get drafted. A lot of these men are going to die trying to, you know, protect and go get their family food and shit. A lot of these men going to freaking perish, man. Okay? A lot of these men going to perish, man. It don't matter what it is. It could be a plague. It could be famine. You know what I'm saying? The wife survives because the husband just giving her all the food. You know how women get in those times, you know? All right? But not only that, from the aspect of you dealing with multiple women, it comes with a certain mindset, man. It's not just you want to, have intercourse with all these women. No. But it's going to come from the aspect of a certain mindset you're going to have in that time, man. Okay? And these women are going to see that. They already do see that. You don't think when women see certain men, they can be able to dictate them, oh, nah, this man's not really a guy, you know? He's not really on his P's and Q's. This guy is not really a man. He's just whatever, you know? You don't think women can see that, man? Okay? Alright? It ain't against the law to have more than one woman, man. We're getting ready to go back into those times. Okay? And that's what these women think, right? They don't see it from the aspect of the man being a man, alright? That too, the aspect of a man being a man is going to come back into the earth, okay? Because Esau devalued what a man is, or how much money he makes, or what he can do for you. Man, the essence of a man goes beyond that shit, man. It's not just how much money you make. The money doesn't make the man makes the money, okay? Alright? All in all, man, the value of a man is going to be instilled back into the earth, man. It's going to be shown. Okay, and it's gonna be starting with us. Okay, because men need foundation. That's why a lot of these men are lost, because they don't got no foundation. The foundation is supposed to be the Heavenly Father, Yahawashi. Yahawashi is supposed to be our foundation. Okay, that's why there's an order, there's a hierarchy, man. All right, there ain't no freaking hierarchy in this place, man. Esau got this shit all jacked up so he can take control. So it's easier to control the populace, easier to control the nuclear family. Alright? I'm gonna grab it for y'all, man. I'm gonna show you. Alright? Alright? Because right now this shit's all out of whack. This is Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. Okay? You know? It's a beautiful thing, man, because we're going back into that glory, man. It's our God-given right as a man. We can have more than one woman. Okay? A lot of these women can't even do a lot of the things that multiple women can do. And they're so prideful that they won't even allow another woman to take something off their plate. You know? The aspect of having multiple wives is foundation, right? It goes beyond just having intercourse with all these women, man. These women are going to help each other as well, you know? Right? Exodus chapter 21, verse 10, it says, if you take him another wife, her food and her raiment and her duty of marriage shall not diminish. Exactly. The first wife's duty shall not diminish. Okay? Right? The first woman's duty shall not diminish. Okay? You know? Esau has it to where in this society, you get another woman or you're dealing with another woman, the first woman's uptight. You know, I was even seeing this video today, and the guy, you know, the girl's like, well, what if my man keeps, because they call it cheating, right? There's no such thing. But the woman said, what if my man keeps cheating on me? And the dude went into all the things. He says, well, does he pay all the bills? Does he protect you? Does he provide? Does he give you all your needs? And she's like, yeah, she's answering yes to everything. He said, so then what are you complaining about? He's being a man. He's doing what he's supposed to do. You're worried about one thing, yet 90% of what you want out of the man is checked off. You know? You're worried about him dealing with other women. He's like, does the woman come and DM you as a woman? You know how these women get, right? Does the woman come and DM you and tell you this? She's like, no. Is he bringing back, STDs, all this shit? She's like, no. She's like, so what the hell are you worried about? What are you complaining about? You got everything you need out of your man. He's doing what he needs to do at home. You know? Alright? So I thought I'd just go on that real quick, man. You know, I might do something in the near future, like a better video, you know, more outlined and more scriptures, okay? But all in all, man, we're going back into that spirit, man, okay? Because this shit's out of whack, man. That's why a lot of these women, they are the way they are. They don't have the guidance, okay? They don't even have their fathers in their life to even begin with, okay? So by the time you get to them, they got 50 bodies, they got trauma, they might even be on Esau's medication and shit, you know? Alright? believe it or not, man, the Lord's going to have a lot of mercy on a lot of these women too. You know, as much as we say the Lord's going to judge a lot of these women, a lot of these women are going to have mercy. You know, the Lord's going to give them mercy. Okay? All right? Because they're willing. They're willing to put away that pride. They're willing to turn their life around and give it to their husband and ultimately give it to the Lord. You know? And follow the ways of the Lord, man. A lot of these women going to get mercy upon too, man. As much as we come out and say, you know, these women going to get jacked up and whatnot and this, that, you know, the Lord's still going to have mercy upon a lot of these women, man. Okay? They're under the curses too. A lot of Israelite women are under the curse too. You know? So, you know, you got to keep that in mind. All right? But it doesn't exempt that, man. Okay? Because we hold ourselves accountable. These women need to hold themselves accountable too. Okay? But all in all, man, hope you guys are edified to the spirit of power of Yahawashi, man. All right, I'm going to give all praise and glory to the Father and the Son. Call Allah Yahawashi, until next one, I'm going to say shalom. All right?